What's up, guys? So chances are, if you are a Dragon Ball fan, then you might have already heard the information going around that Dragon Ball Z Project Z is now being officially titled as Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and we have a little bit of an insight as to when the game is going to be expected, and that's going to be sometime between January, February, or March of 2020. Now, with that being said, and with an early window date as to when this game is going to be released, we finally have our first official trailer of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which I will say right from the get-go, I am not a fan of the title Dragon Ball Z Kakarot for various different reasons. Obviously, the game is going to be an RPG. It's going to center itself around the story of Goku, assumingly from the story of Dragon Ball into Dragon Ball Z. And what really fascinates me is the fact that we have no information at this current point in time if they're going to be going beyond the story of Goku and Frieza on planet Namek. But I really do want to go on ahead and point out one thing, and that's with all the content that Dragon Ball has currently, we're bound to surpass the Namek story at some given point in time. So no, I don't think this game is going to fall short in only giving us a story from the beginning of Dragon Ball up until Dragon Ball Z's Planet Namek battle with Frieza, just for us to end there. We have the Perfect Cell story, Majin Buu, Beerus, Universe 6, Goku Black, Jiren, the Tournament of Power, Dragon Ball Super Broly, and maybe even going as far as to including some of the newer arcs like the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc with Moro. So I don't really think that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is going to stop at the Namek arc, which a lot of people are very concerned about, and willingly so. I do agree that they should have given us more information as to how far this game is going to go. As an example, we already know that this game is going to introduce a multitude of DLCs, probably not as much as Xenoverse 2, but we are going to be getting add-ons to the story and maybe even additional quests and missions for us to do. But I don't think that first and foremost this game is going to extend itself far enough in only stopping during the Frieza story, because you have to ask yourself, why would the company behind Dragon Ball Z Kakarot only want to stop during the Frieza story? But my first impressions is the fact that this game graphically looks really, really well done. Now, it's safe to say, and maybe you can even go as far as to debate the fact that Dragon Ball Z FighterZ was the best looking Dragon Ball game of its time because of the detail, the overall structure of the characters, the fluidity behind the animation, the shading, everything about FighterZ you can say stood out head and shoulders beyond Xenoverse and Budokai and games of that nature. But this game in and of itself, I think, graphically, in terms of its fluidity, animation, shading, colors, it looks really, really good, especially in comparison to what we've seen before. So yes, DLC is going to be expected alongside mission add-ons, quest add-ons, but I am concerned as to the overall gameplay behind this, because I don't want this to be another Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z or Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi. I don't want this game to be a mere game of just simply pressing one or two buttons and then you're in the loop in doing combos and finishers and specials and stuff like that. I am going to hold off in really giving my thoughts on this game because we've only seen one trailer. We haven't seen the full motion of what they're going to be adding on in terms of gameplay or in terms of characters, if we're going to be adding any sort of character creation. But with the title, I do disagree strongly with the title Kakarot, because out of all the titles you could have given us, why go with Kakarot? But in terms of what we've seen from this particular trailer, I am excited to see what they're going to do, especially the mechanics in which Goku battled against Frieza. I thought that was pretty cool, and the fluidity of Goku's movements I also thought were pretty cool too. When Frieza unleashed his massive death ball and Goku fired his Kamehameha, that was a pretty cool thing to see, and I really hope that they ultimately do include beam struggles and things of that nature, environment destruction, which I do think is very important. But by the end of it, I am really extremely looking forward to this game, because ever since Xenoverse 2 we've gotten FighterZ, and then following FighterZ we've gotten some games here and there that were either a hit or a miss depending on how you want to look at it. But with this game having to be an RPG game, and with this game offering some type of value behind what you're going to be getting, I really do hope, and I don't think that we're going to be going as far as to only conclude the game during the Frieza story. If anything, we might reach the Beerus point and then go into different territories, perhaps the Dragon Ball Super story, which I do think needs to be told, and I do think that that would be in and of itself a good choice to include the Super story in this game, which I do think they will do, especially going into 2020 with the new movie having to be announced and everything else. So again, I'm personally excited, but I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on Dragon Ball Z Kakarot? What are your overall expectations? Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Thank you all so much for watching once more. If you guys are new to this channel, don't forget to go on ahead and smash that subscribe button. Tune back in for the next video. Slap a big fat like down below if you guys are stoked, ready, and excited. And I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section, guys. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.